It is more than evident that there are long-held positions wrapped around emotions relative to immigration and the hundreds of subsets of issues that are a part of it. And we just heard some of it. I respect where everyone is coming from. I think we need to understand something before we can accept or reject it. And I think that one of the most important things that Congress does, and I always remind my constituents about this, is to do oversight, to do hearings, to learn from professionals what we need to know so that that becomes foundational relative to our legislating. In this case, relative to the separation of children, our committee, and I think we all agree, the chairman, the ranking member, that this committee has jurisdiction because HHS has a role to play in this, as does now ASPR, as I mentioned in my opening statement, as of last Friday. I went to Texas this weekend, went to Border Patrol intake facilities, and on to the Port Isabel ICE Center, and I never thought that I would ever witness a policy that our country would be carrying out. On the point of the children, I'm a first-generation American. My mother immigrated with her mother. My grandfather was already in the United States. They came through Ellis Island. My mother was separated from her mother. She told that story all her life. She didn't know the language. She didn't know where she was. She didn't know what people were going to do to her. All she wanted was her mother. She sobbed, she couldn't sleep, she couldn't eat. She always talked about all the tags that were on her. And there was someone that recognized her surname as being Armenian, and the woman spoke Armenian to her and comforted her and lay down on her cot with her, sang to her so that she could fall asleep. Now, at 90 plus years old, 2 nights before she died, in her sleep, she was still calling out for her mother. That remained with her entire life. So, Mr. Chairman, this committee has the responsibility to get in and under issues. I support the language that the gentlewoman has brought forward. And I think the members on my side of the aisle do too. But we do a disservice to what's taking place in the country, to understand it and have these agencies. When I was in Texas, one of the things that was apparently clear, and these agencies and the people that are Border Patrol and ICE, they have very tough jobs. They're trying to do their jobs. But I am not exaggerating when I say it's chaos. They don't know exactly. They're conflating the policies. We need to know what HHS is actually going to do. This is not a ploy. And I think that some members think that it is. Look, Representative Brooks and I want more than anything else for our legislation to be taken to the full committee and reauthorized. So, but we really have the responsibility to do more. We need to do more. And I think in your heart of hearts, I know many members on the other side, look, who's for the separation of children from their parents? No one is, when you get down to it. But we need to make sure that we know the agency that's under the jurisdiction of this committee, what exactly they are going to do. My mother's name was Alice. I don't want more Alices created. And that's what's going on. I saw it, I met with them, talked to the mothers. This is a stain on the soul of our country. But professionally, we need to have the agency come before us. So I would ask, Mr. Chairman, that there be a hearing scheduled ASAP. ASAP. We have the responsibility to do that, and I yield back. Thank you.